I think at this point, the only safe thing to do is have somebody close my shop account and take away my credit cards. I have a surprise project. Hey guys, it's Katie here. I am the Katie behind Katie DeGraff Knits, the Katie Knits podcast, and all of the lovely videos you see here on my channel. A huge welcome back to everybody who is returning viewer, and a big warm woolly hug to all of those who are brand new here. Today for me is Tuesday, September 30th, and this is episode 13 of the Katie Knits podcast. So on Mugwatch today, and I am in dire need, and I really hope my voice isn't too bad, of hot tea, is my lovely mug from Kelly B Designs. I will certainly tag her. She has a drop coming up soon in the next couple weeks with like fallish colors. I can't wait. But I must remember Rhinebeck is coming. Stop buying things. As you saw in the little preview, somebody seriously needs to just take away my credit cards and close my shop account and all of that. But anyway, I have just some Earl Grey here. And like I said before, when I got off Shiny Object track, my voice is like a little scratchy from screaming at my TV on Sunday because football. So yeah, we'll get into that later at the very end of the episode, but I will definitely be partaking throughout the episode. So before I forget, drop me a comment with your favorite brioche patterns, your favorite brioche tutorials, your favorite brioche tips and tricks. I said the word. I am teaching myself how to officially learn brioche knitting. I have loved it for so many years. I've been afraid of it. I have a really hard head. I have a total mental block against learning new things. I totally need the push to actually learn it. And you will see in my acquisitions later on what officially pushed me to want to learn this. But drop me a comment. Favorite tips, tricks, tutorials, patterns. Brioche knitting. The cat is out of the bag, or rather the cowl is out of the bag. I've had to keep a secret from everybody for a little while now. I was lucky enough to receive a skein, preview skein of Miss Babs Yarn's newest base, Billow. It is, oh my gosh, amazing. But it is out now for public purchase. It actually came out as of the day you're seeing this, yesterday. So you can go to the Miss Babs site and pick it up. If you were lucky enough to go to the Fiber Space trunk show last weekend, you got a preview of it. But it's out now. And this is my Pillow Pop Cowl, which is also out now. And on a huge discount, you can get it 75% off, no coupon code needed. It is just $1.50 for this weekend only on both Ravelry and Etsy. And it not only comes in a one color, but a two color that you're going to see here in a moment. Back to the Billow is amazing. It is so just outstanding. It's such a lovely yarn. I saw this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to branch out from just the traditional superwash merinos and the tight twists and all that jazz. And it literally checked all my boxes. It is. So let me give you the details on Billow. So Billow is 51% baby alpaca and 49% Pima cotton. It is a chainette blown construction. So you have your cotton chainette and then you have your alpaca, which is blown fluff around that. So it's very structurally sound. We have 320 yards or 290 meters per 3.5 ounces or 100 grams. Billow retails for $38 a skein. It is technically a worsted weight, but you can also knit it up at a DK. I am so in love. I jumped at the chance. My needles were full. My projects were full. Like, I had no time, but I'm like, how can I turn this opportunity down? How can you do that? So I told Helen at Miss Babs, I'm like, just, surprise me with the color. I'm like, I had this simple stitch pattern in mind in a cowl, and I told her, I'm like, nothing too light, nothing too dark. So they sent over their lovely steely blue stonewashed. And it was so fun the day I got it in the mail. I opened it up and I just like unraveled the tissue paper because I had no idea what color it was going to be. And the girls were sitting at the table with me and we're like, ooh, this is so fun. So it added to the excitement because not only had I never touched this space, I had no idea what color I was getting. Billow is fantastic. I have a vlog that I released yesterday, which I will link at the end of this video, where I give you my full, unsolicited, honest review of this base, straight from when I got it out of the package to finished object. So I will link that again at the end of the video. So go check that out if you want all of the juicy details about this base. But for now, I will focus on the pattern. This is the Pillow Pop Cowl. It comes in a single color and then a 2-color, which I'll show you in a moment. It is a cowl that's worked in a tube, and then you have the option to twist prior to seaming. When I seamed, I chose to do a lovely 3-needle bind off. You can Kitchener it together if that seam is going to bother you. I rather like the seam. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it adds another little design element. I used 1 full skein of Billow for my 1-color option. This is all I had left. I was weighing up my repeats and I worked until I did not have enough left to complete a repeat, but plenty to seam it together. I wound up with, this is approximately 25 inches in length. Prior to seaming, I have not blocked this. And I'm really on the fence of whether I want to block this one or not. Blocking is absolutely optional, not only for the fact if you do use Billow, the fabric it creates really doesn't need to be blocked. It doesn't need to be smoothed out. So that's another win for the pattern. I did choose to just work until I was used up every possible little scrap I could of the full skein. Let me readjust myself. And as you can see, it is just so simple and great. I love it. I absolutely love it. And I particularly like the little seam. I really do. I think it's fun and cool. And it's like almost a little additional design element to it. Get myself adjusted here. So now I'm fine. I had to adjust my microphone. But this is the Snuggly cast on. So it is just a little bit smaller than the other one. Again, worked in a tube, seamed together. You can twist if you want or not, doesn't matter. Blocking's totally optional. The 1-color, the repeat is of 4 rows. It literally couldn't be any simpler. There will be a winter set of mitts, headband, and hat coming, hopefully by like January, maybe around the time I start my mystery knit along, around my birthday, the end of January. So be on the lookout for that. So now I will bring you to the 2-color version. As in true Katie fashion, I add more and more work to my plate. And I was working this up and I was about halfway done. And I'm like, what if people don't want to use the alpaca or want to use the Billow? They want another option. And that sort of stemmed from my super secret tester, thank you, Meg, is allergic to alpaca. And she's like, it's beautiful. I really wish that I could use it. So I'm like, And then my brain started working, again in true Katie fashion, going nuts. This would look really cool in 2 colors. So I stash dove and I had some Miss Babs in their Laurel Falls Sport base. This is Wolfsbane. And I also had some Junction Fiber Making Tracks Light in Sublime Skies. I'm like, those would look really cool together. So I'm working up a 2-color version, and of course, yeah, it's a project, so it's got to have a Littlest Charm Company charm on it from Kelsey, but it's working up so cool. And this one, I'm trying not to make my needles clank like crazy. Oh, I do have another little keeper on here. This is a little clay ice cream cone. No idea where it came from because John got it for me for Christmas. So, but yes, that's on there too. But I did my super snuggly cast on for this, so it is slightly wider than the snuggly version. So if you use a lighter weight yarn, this is a pattern too. Totally forgot to mention, you can use any weight of yarn. Just match your needles to whatever yarn you use. But if you do use a lighter weight of yarn, I would recommend going up to the super snuggly cast on. And the 2-color version has 5 rows to the repeat instead of 4. There's an extra row because you have to kind of set up the color work to get it to look right. But it's so easy. It's so fun. Oh my goodness, look at all the pretty color changing so far. And now I am to this lighter part. So yeah, and this will be finished by the time you're watching this. So you can go check out my Instagram or my Ravelry project page or the pattern page because there will be pictures up. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. I love this. This pattern is so super addicting. I think I'm going to use this pattern for the Bill's Mafia cowls that I'm making me and Elizabeth and Sophia, which you will see the yarn for that in my acquisitions. I really need somebody to take away my credit card at this point. This is my pillow pop cowl, so go snag that at a super deep discount for this weekend only. So that will take us into dips. I have 2 Advent patterns coming out this year. I showed you in episode 12, my last podcast, the blanket and how the blanket's coming. I haven't touched it since. Yikes. By next podcast, I will promise I will have a total square done. I promise, because it's ridiculously easy and super simple. There's no reason why I shouldn't. But I did cast on, finally, for my wrap that I'm doing with Sunshine Yarns. The inspiration behind both of my Advent patterns this year is quilting. Part of it is because John got me a really nice sewing machine for Christmas last year, and I really want to learn how to quilt. My goal is to make both girls each their own quilt before they leave the house. And I think that's pretty reasonable because we have probably, I'm guessing, like 5 to 6 years before they leave. And I think Elizabeth's just going to hang around until Sophie is ready to leave, and they're just going to go off together, which would make us feel so much better. And yeah, whatever. Okay, shiny object. Anyway, so my inspiration was quilts. And the Festive set I'm using from Sunshine is their Savor set from last year in very moody colors. And if you follow me along, I don't really use moody colors, but I needed to, and I jumped at the chance. So Danny sent me a Savor set, and this is the start of the wrap. This is the center. And of course, as always, oh, flip around. I have to have a Littlest Charm Company charm on it. But this is the center, and it's going to work out in a giant wrap. And I do have the coolest idea that I sketched out for layered tassels to combine all the little Advent colors. But this is just, I'm not even finished with my first color yet. Now that my pillow pop cowls are done, this is going to fly off my needles. And it is very quilt-like. I definitely wanted that. I wanted a seamed quilt look to both of my Advent patterns this year. So these are gonna be out in the end, towards the end of November, just in time for all your Advents to arrive so you can cast them on. So those are my Advent dips. My other huge dip, which is unfortunately sitting at the moment, waiting for more yarn, is my cardigan. Oh my goodness, my Sassy Strings collaboration. I sort of really dropped the ball on this one. I did not properly estimate my yardage that I needed. They were so gracious enough to send me more, and I'm like, oh, just 1 skein of each. That should do it. The sleeves, both sleeves, because I stopped working on this one because I'm like, I need to start this one. Both sleeves on me, and I'm shorter and I have shorter arms, are at my elbow. So like just below my elbow. So anybody else, they would be above the elbow. And I'm not doing a short sleeve cardigan. It's just, I don't want to do that with this one. I would be okay with 3/4 sleeves, but no. So that led to a whole debacle with, of course, tariff situation. So Tracy, I think I gave her many migraines over the course of a week, but she finally was able to figure out shipping. And of course, then on top of it all, Canada Post goes on strike. So it's like, what in the world is going on? Everything was working against us. But I was able to order more yarn from her. And I also, she has a new collection out, which I will put a snapshot up of. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I picked up enough, and yes, I picked up an extra one too, of her Morning Mist colorway in both DK and the Surrey alpaca lace to make a pullover version of the cardigan. Also, I picked up some of her Mountain Retreat and extra Surrey lace in Morning Mist. I'm going to hold those two together to make a matching winter set. And I'm going to show you those up here because I think the lighter Surrey with the darker DK is going to be stunning. I can't wait to use it. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do the pullover in the DK or not in the DK. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do the pullover in the Mountain Retreat, which was darker, or the Morning Mist, which was lighter. And then I was sitting there, I'm like, then it dawned on me, for the winter set, why don't you hold the darker, which is the Mountain Retreat, with the lighter Surrey of Morning Mist. The cables, I think it's going to be so cool. I cannot wait to get it. So she's finishing dyeing up the extra that I need, and then she's going to get those in the mail. So I may have the cardigan done to wear at Rhinebeck. Maybe. Fingers crossed. We will see how long Canada Post and Customs takes and everything. Oh, and in acquisitions, I forgot to mention it in the beginning. I do have my first experience with tariffs, which paying tariffs as a US buyer, purchasing from a Canadian yarn dyer. So I'm going to tell you all about that experience when I get to my acquisitions. Forgot to mention that earlier. Okay. So the cardigan's on hold. I'm just to the elbows, so it'll take me no time at all to get that finished. And then I will send the pattern to my tech editor. Yeah, I don't feel right like doing a mid-project block on it. I don't like doing mid-project blocks anyway. Just makes me think it's going to be weird, and I don't do that. It's probably totally fine. Everybody does it. I don't do that. I don't feel right doing a mid-project block, getting my gauge, and then using that to grade it. I really want it to be finished and then grade it. So yeah, the pattern's on hold right now, and it will come out when it comes out, and yarn's coming to me. It's all good, but I did drop the ball on that yardage estimation. But also in acquisitions, stay tuned. I found the perfect buttons for that cardigan. Oh my gosh. Oh, so cool. Okay, not a dip, but a recently released pattern. My Falling Into Spice sample, which I collaborated with the Plucky Knitter for, is back from McKinney Knittery in Texas. They had a trunk show down there, and I shipped that down to them, and they had it on display for the trunk show. And thank you so much for all the love for that pattern. It definitely was a fun one to knit up, and I'm looking forward to making a second sample, and I'm really toying with doing a black and white one. Really toying with that. So, but go check out Falling Into Spice. That one is a recent release, a couple weeks ago at this point. So I just released last week, I think it was, a total video on yarn winding. everything that goes into it, the tools I recommend, why certain things are done certain ways, tips and tricks, things to avoid, mistakes I have made that I don't want you to make. Go check that out. I will have that linked along with my Billow vlog at the end of this video and down below. But that's out now. Stay tuned. Next week, Friday, I will have my New York Sheep and Wool Rhinebeck plans video. I'm going to be filming that early next week. I have a list. I have projects, specific things I want to purchase. I have specific things I want to purchase. And I figure if I put it on paper and make it public, I have a better shot of sticking to it. So I am going to show you all of those plans, and then we will see at the end of it how close I came to them. But that's coming out next week, Friday. I just can't wait. I am so excited. The girls are excited. John's excited. The dogs probably are not excited because they don't particularly love car rides, and Beasley's going to be drugged for it. So yeah, but we did extend our Airbnb an extra night. So we just have a family day, which will be really, really nice. And that way I don't have to worry about rushing out of Indy on Friday and rushing out of Rhinebeck on Saturday. And, you know, so we can do family stuff too. So we have a whole family day planned. So I will share every single thing that we all purchase, all of my costs, granted for a family of 4 to go to Rhinebeck, and just everything. So that video afterwards is probably going to be freaking massive. Yeah, you're going to need you're going to need a meal to get through that sucker, but it's going to be worth it because, oh my gosh. All right, moving on to acquisitions. So we're going to rename acquisitions to Confessions of an Obsessive Yarn Buyer, AKA Katie. I need my credit card taken away. I need my shop account closed. It's terrible. It really is. I mean, everything I have is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love it all. But if, you know, you remember I just recently did a giant Stashdown, and I feel like I added half back what I stashed down, which my destash is still going on Ravelry. Ravelry, can't speak. So go check that out. I'll have it linked below. There's still a lot of great things left. But anyway, those things that I am destashing or did destash already didn't bring me joy anymore. They didn't inspire me like everything I got. So I'm going to start with my tariff situation so that I can, you know, be fully transparent with everybody and, you know, all that jazz. And I completely forgot I was going to wear my t-shirt. I'll have to show you anyway. So I've been following Leo and Roxy online for a while, and I love their sock sets. I love their yarn. I have wanted to purchase from them for a little while. And then of course tariffs came into effect, and so it shut shipping down everywhere. But they're back up shipping to the US, and they came out with these crazy, amazing t-shirts, which is the whole reason why I decided to jump now and place my order rather than wait. First, I'm going to go over just how much the tariffs cost me. So my order total in US dollars was $167. Shipping was $12. And then duties were $15.60 for a grand total of $194.60. So I feel like I really didn't pay anything extra in duties. So $15.60 on a $167 order, I don't feel like is really anything. So that's my fully transparent experience. And I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything due upon delivery because there's so many unknowns right now. And I can't stand our government. Just don't even get me started on that. But I wasn't sure. So I knew it was out for delivery. So I watched the mailman come down the driveway with it. I'm like, please leave, please leave, please leave. I don't feel like $12 was a lot to pay in shipping. So anyway, I wasn't sure. I was really hoping that when the mailman was walking down the driveway with my box, I'm like, please, please leave, please leave. And he left. So I was like, yay. There's no more additional due because nobody knows what the heck is going on anymore. So, but that was my experience. So now you want to see what I got, right? The t-shirt that pushed me over the edge to order it right now is, and it's white, but I'm like, I don't really like white shirts, but I had to get it. It says awkward as flock. Is that not cool? And it's like all crooked and like, because you're awkward. And it's got their little Leo and Roxy little logo on the sleeve. I had to have this. It's so fun. And I was going to wear it today and I totally forgot about it. Yeah, totally forgot. But I will probably be taking this along with me to Rhinebeck because it's so fun. But I had to get that. It's really cool. They have them up on their website still. And I think it's a really reasonable price. It was $23 for the t-shirt. I think that's a really good price for that. I pulled it up and I was fully expecting to pay like $30 or more. So I was like, okay. And I'm buying from Canada. I'm buying from them, paying shipping and duties and all this other stuff. So I can't just buy a t-shirt. So I adore their sock sets. But I was looking around at other things that they had. And this combo that I just threw on the floor stood out to me so much. I picked up 2 skeins on their merino worsted in cider. Beautiful. It is coming through like brighter than it is in real life. It's a little darker in real life in the camera. It is cider on merino worsted from Leo and Roxy. I picked up 2 of those. And I am going to hold this silk mohair in Wishing for Blue Skies with it. I have been wanting to hold a variegated mohair with solids for a little while now. And you know what Katie doesn't have for winter? A lot of hand knit hats and mitts. Gonna make myself a hat and some mitts out of these. I think held together, they're going to be so cool. And it's going to be really, really neat to see how this variegation plays off of the solid, like orangey beautifulness. I'm so excited about this. I want something with cables. So I got those. Then I absolutely love their sock sets. So they were out of stock of their campfire sock set, but they offer minis. So I made my own. I picked up a full skein of their sock base in their colorway Campfire. Their sock base is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. 490 yards, so they're generous. So wonderful. This is going to be so great for socks. And along with, I picked up 2 minis, one in cider and one in Leo to go with it. They have a sock pattern on their website that uses all 3 of these colors. And I fell in love with the striping and everything, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I picked those up. Total selfish purchase. Then I picked up another sock set because it just really spoke to me. And ironically, the name is Don't Talk to Me. So this is all on our sock base. So pretty. Absolutely love it. Do they have, oh, they do have the individual colors. Never even looked. The green is Don't Talk to Me, which I love this green anyway. That scummy, delicious green. And the minis are, I'll tuck these back up before I do anything with them. This purple one is Rosy, and the flamingo pink is Pink Flamenco. How fun is that? Like, it's so cool. Thinking maybe my Prep Squad socks, and their sock sets were the whole reason why I started following them. So I had to pick a couple of those up. But that was my order from Leo and Roxy, and my first time paying tariffs. So that was an interesting experience. Could have been worse. Glad it wasn't. So my cardigan. I had purchased all those acrylic, like glittery buttons and stuff, and everything was too big. Everything was too big. It was really cool. I'll use it for something else. But it wasn't right for this. So I started thinking toggles, but I couldn't find wooden toggles that fit exactly what I wanted. So then I came across these buttons from Stone Button Studio. And the whole experience was so awesome buying from them. And initially I thought stone, that's going to be too heavy. But in her reviews, there were several knitters that used the buttons on cardigans, and they were so surprised how they weren't super light like they would break, but they were not heavy enough to be too heavy to weigh it down in any shape or form. So I was like, ah, sold. And she messaged me right away, and she was so super sweet and nice. The whole experience was amazing. So you want to see them? So these are my buttons from Stone Button Studio. They are little pebbles. They are little pebbles. They're little flat rocks that she finds that she makes into buttons. Find my button band. Should have taken one off and stuck it on here, but I think they're going to be perfect. I think color-wise, size-wise, I can't wait. I'm so excited to get this done, but it is finished, except the sleeves only go down to my elbows. So I did finish last time. I should have shown you this earlier, but I didn't. I did a really nice sewn bind off on the body, the bottom hem, and really should have shown you this earlier. But the ribbing, the twisted ribbing all along the hem will follow wherever you stopped for the body on the cables. It's a really, really nice little touch that I wanted to add to that. So as soon as I get the yarn in the mail from Tracy, I can just finish that up and be done with it and block it and grade it and send it off to tech and all that jazz. Okay, back to more acquisitions. So I was sitting down here today and I was gathering everything together. There is a freaking disaster of a mess all over my floor, as is with any podcast. But I was looking, I'm turning around and I'm looking at that shelf over there, and there was more yarn that came in the mail since the last podcast that you have not seen that was sitting on that shelf that I totally forgot about. So this was a middle of the night yarn purchase, and I totally forgot that I made it. And a good yarn friend of mine, Jocelyn, that I talk to all the time. Hey girl. Anyway, I can't believe I just said hey girl. She remembered it. She's like, I remember you telling me all about that. Yeah, I didn't remember. My menopausal brain is just frying by the second. And so, yeah, I fell in love with green Letter Days colors. And they had a pre-order up. And one of the colorways names was Rumpelstiltskin. And my last Sheltie that I had, her name was Callie, but her nickname was Rumpelstiltskin. I used to call her Rumpelpoopskin all the time. But anyway, that was her nickname. So I was like, I kind of fell in love with the color because of the name. And I'm on this tweed kick. So for some reason, apparently, and I don't have a pattern in mind, I purchased what I would think is like a color work sweater quantity. So I got 4 in Tweed DK and then 2 in their regular DK. I don't know what I was thinking, but apparently I was thinking something. So anyway, this is Rumpelstiltskin on their Tweed DK, which is a beautiful 4-ply, 85% superwash merino, 15% Donegal Neps, 231 yards from Green Letter Day. Then, me and my brain, I got 1 skein of white oleander on their DK, and then I got 1 on also their DK in Proverbial. I have no idea what I was thinking. What was I thinking? Can anybody tell me what I was thinking? Can anybody tell me? Can you give me a pattern suggestion for these? The only thing that comes to my mind is maybe making a pullover with like 2-color like little fleas along the whole body. I don't know. Oh my goodness, it is beautiful. I'm just not 100% sold on these two with this. So that was an acquisition that kind of leaves me scratching my head a little bit. It is beautiful though. I would just by, I don't have any of their yarn in my stash. It's absolutely wonderful. So I guess I'm gonna go pattern shopping. I am taking part in Boston Jen's pigskin party. I don't know why I've never done it before. Why? Football and knitting? Hello. One of the sponsors is Katie's Randomness, and she has an exclusive pigskin party bag. They're knitting footballs. The little footballs are knitting. And if you follow me on Instagram or you watch my shorts on here, you'll see I showed this off already, and it came with a really cool sticker, which I had no idea I was getting. The bag is beautiful. I'll get to the bag in a minute. But I was like over the moon about this sticker of this knitting football. Over the moon. Anyway, I had the perfect spot for it on my computer, so I have a knitting football sticker on my computer. But this is my first bag from Katie, and I love it. She has beautiful cord ties, which I love. I can't stand when people use ribbon. It's pretty, but it frays and it's not that sturdy. So I really appreciate the cord. Love the handle. Nice deep pocket in the front, boxy corners, perfect for a one skein and some minis project. So perfect for socks, absolutely, very durable. Very, very durable fabric, excellent construction, absolutely love it. I absolutely, they're knitting footballs, come on. The heck is not to love? And what's in it? So I totally dropped the ball, totally forgot, missed out on Megs & Co.'s first Bill's Mafia update of the year, of her Bill's Mafia yarn. So when she put it back up, I had to get it. So in this bag, I got an order from Megs & Co. And the first thing I'm going to show you is her sock set in Game Day, which is Bill's Mafia inspired. I mean, obviously. She is near Rochester, New York, and, total Mafia member. Gotta love her. She has 3 ducks. And it was so cute. A couple games ago, her and her husband put Bill's bandanas on the ducks. It was so cute. Anyway, here's my Game Day sock set. I already wound it up because this is the yarn that I used to show you how to wind yarn in my yarn winding video. So this is all wound up. This is on their sock base. So this is the main skein. Then it came with 2 minis, a red and a blue. How perfect. Go Bills. So eventually I'm going to be making probably my prep squad socks. Not exactly 100% sure, but probably those because I really want to make some more of those. But my bag from Katie's Randomness and my football inspired yarn will definitely get me a bunch of extra pigskin points this season. And I'm on team 5. Circular something. I can't remember what our team name is. But I'm really terrible and I haven't submitted any of my finished projects yet, but it's coming, people. And then also, I picked up on Meg's Ghost Town DK base, their actual Bill's Mafia colorway. I got 3 of them, and I am going to make me, Elizabeth, and Sophia each a pillow pop cowl in Bill's Mafia. So fun. And again, this is on her Ghost Town DK, which is 100% US Merino, Rambouillet, Superwash, wool. This is another yarn, just like with the Green Letter Day, that I've been oogling over and kind of wanting. And yeah, how could I turn that down? What kind of Mafia member would I be? So yeah, got those too. I can't even say this with a straight face anymore. I was really trying to not buy yarn or that much of it before Rhinebeck. And I forgot what's in the Target basket. Oh my God. I'm like, oh, I'm going to save this for last. I forgot about that too. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm going to do this one next. I am a disaster. I hope you guys are enjoying this. So I said I wasn't gonna buy a lot of yarn, and I wasn't gonna, yeah, that just went out the window, obviously, as you can tell. Miss Babs put up a wild iris, which, if you're unfamiliar with our colorways, that's a non-repeatable colorway. In this just amazing, it almost looks like red and blue, like retro speckles. I don't know. I kept going back to it. I want to say they put up 8 skeins of Yowza, and then a couple hours later I went back and there was only 4 left. Hit the panic button. I had to buy it. So this is called Till Broad Daylight. I fell in love with it. I just think it's so retro-y, and it screams cozy to me. And I am on a kick where I want to make more garments. And because I'm going to be cutting down on, the amount that I'm designing next year, I feel like I can really stock up on the garment quantities. And with the Yowza, to tone this down ever so slightly, I picked up 2 skeins of Moonglow and Plover to hold double. I wanted a little more of a rustic-y feel than just the soft Yowza, so that's why I'm going to add the Moonglow. And couldn't find a pattern, couldn't decide. Like, I don't like giving into the trends. I don't like doing that. And my initial reaction was like either a Colette pullover or a Salty Days sweater. And I feel like everybody's knit Salty Days, and the Colette pullover, although I love the stitch pattern, I hate the back of the shoulders. I hate it. Can't stand it. I think if I made that, it would make me look like I was like football player Katie. And I don't want that. And it's kind of interesting because 90% of the project photos only show the front. So it's like, do people not like the back? Do they like the back? I have no idea. I don't like it. And that's huge controversy because a lot of people are like, oh, well, I can't see the back, so I don't care about it. I don't care, it's only going to bother the person behind me, but it's going to bug me. So I don't want to do that. So pushed me off of those. I found a couple other patterns and I'm like, I don't know. Then I was watching Hillary of New Moon Knitting's podcast and her fall pattern roundup. And she posted a photo. I can't remember if it was on the thumbnail for the episode, but I started going through all these fall pattern roundup videos on YouTube. And I'm like, I got to find something. I can't remember if it was on the thumbnail or not, or if I just watched it because I watch her videos anyway. I found the perfect pattern for the yarn. It is I really hope I'm not going to butcher this. The Boulevardier pullover by BabyCocktails. This is really terrible. Oh, screw that. I'm just going to put a picture up here. Or up here. Because this is just awful printed out thing. It has every single thing I wanted. I wanted a lot of texture. I feel like the color variation with the plover held over the Till Broad Daylight, I feel like this needs a lot of texture, and there's so many bands of texture in this sweater. This sweater is from, I think it was 2020. It's older. So I've never seen it before, and I showed it to a couple people and they're like, that's really awesome. I've never seen it before either. So I did find my perfect match, and it does have a pretty wide neckband and cuffs and hem. And I'm like, I don't know about everything in this. Leads me to another purchase that I wasn't supposed to make. So I'm like, well, if I do, though, I searched my stash, my Bab stash. I didn't have any solid plover in Yowza. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Go buy some plover, Katie. So I bought a skein of plover and yowza to do the neckband and the cuffs and the hem with. And yeah, I wasn't sure. Miss Babs offers Yowza minis, but I wasn't sure if one mini would be enough or two minis. And at that point, you might as well just buy a full skein. But I'm not going to use a whole full skein, so I'm going to have extra. So why don't I get something to use it with? So they had Yowza mini bundles, leftovers from last year's Advent. Their festive set last year. Yeah. So I grabbed these. Oops. I don't even know where you are, so I grabbed these. And I just thought they were so fun. So I'll make something color work out of them when I'm done with the sweater. It's gonna be so cozy. And because I needed a few more dollars to get to free shipping, and I don't have any of this, I picked up some neon tweed fingering, which they have discontinued. I know Eat Sleep Knit still carries it, and I don't have any. I do have some like little swatches that they've sent me, and I love it. So I picked this green up. This is Radium, and I thought this would be really cool to make like some knitted Christmas trees out of. I make all these plans, and I'm probably gonna it'll probably take me 5 years to make a damn Christmas tree out of this, but I have the yarn for it. So, yeah. So I got all that from Miss Babs. Oh yeah, maybe I should go get the Target basket that has more yarn in it. Oh my gosh. So I'll save what got me to want to officially learn brioche for last. But Kim from Oakwood Knits had, right when the K-pop Demon Hunters craze started, she made some colorways and they sold out like super fast. And the girls were just getting into it, so I didn't grab any, and then they really got into it and it was gone. And I really liked hers the best. There were a lot of yarn dyers that did things in it, but I really liked hers the best. Anyway, she brought it back. So it was actually funny story with this. The week prior, after I had already bought it, she brought the collection back. I bought some immediately, set my alarms and everything. Sophia asked me, we were in the kitchen making lunch, and she's like, is there any like K-pop Demon Hunters yarn? Oh, was there going to be K-pop Demon Hunters yarn at Rhinebeck? And I'm like, oh, funny story. You should probably watch the mailbox like around next week, Monday or Tuesday. So I picked up 2 sock sets in Oakwood Knits. This is their K-pop Demon Hunters collection. The main skein is golden. And then we have Soda Pop and Idol for the minis. And these are all in their bounce sock base. It's really pretty. I kind of like, this is totally not my colors, but I kind of regret not getting myself one just because it's so pretty, and I think it's going to end up super pretty. So I asked the girls, what do you want? So Sophia has requested number 1 fingerless mitts. And I told her, I'm like, I'm going to have a bunch of yarn left over. So we'll decide what to do with it after. But she wants fingerless mitts. So that's going to happen. And then Elizabeth is in her beanie phase. So I am not, again, not a person who jumps on pattern bandwagons. Or I showed Elizabeth the muscle burr hat. I've never knit one. Everybody is like, oh my gosh, you should knit one. All these, ugh. I don't know. I don't jump on bandwagons, but it really fits the bill. So I'm going to knit Elizabeth a muscle burr hat. And I think for the brims, I'm going to do some 1x2 or 1x1 color ribbing. So it shows up on both brims. So I think that'll be really fun. So I will jump on the muscle burr hat train, I guess. So that's what she's requested, and she's all into the beanies. If there's beanies, she buys it. Also, If you've been following along for a little while, you know I have a pattern collection coming out next year entirely out of sock sets. I don't have any DK weight sock sets, and at least one of them I want to use DK weight for. And Kim has a bunch of great DK sock sets. So I picked up, this is Country Roads sock set. And the mini is the Baron in her classic DK. So pretty. So one will become socks and one will become a matching coordinating accessory. So now I have the DK weight for, and I just remembered more yarn that came in the mail. Oh my God, this is really spiraling out of control. Anyway, so now I have the DK sock sets for my pattern collection next year. I really have a problem. This is bad. I can't believe myself. This is embarrassing almost. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. I promise, I think there's just this order and then what led me to want to learn brioche. I swear I hope that's it right now. And I don't remember or find more. So so that last DK sock set, I don't really necessarily count as a purchase because it's for my pattern collection. This is also for my pattern collection. There's going to be at least 3 patterns that the accessory I use 2 sock sets in. So it's going to be larger with the option to stop after 1. But I fell in love with Hue Loco's Glow Up sock set. And I didn't grab it initially. I didn't grab it. I'm like, I need it. I need it. So I'm not going to take these out of the package because they're all in here. But this is Hue Loco's Glow Up sock set on their merino base with grapefruit and plum as the minis. I loved this when they first posted it. I didn't grab it. I regretted it. So many times I went back and forth, but I was trying to be a good girl and not buy yarn. But then they put up a DK mini set and I was like, yeah, well, I'm already buying from them. So I don't really necessarily consider this a purchase because it's for a pattern collection. I'm trying to justify this here. Okay, Hue Loco has been doing a sweet tooth collection, and they put up, I believe this was the set for October, either September or October, I don't remember, but it is called Peach Cobbler, and I decided to get it on their DK base for a gradient sweater. So I love it. I love the gradient. Not sure. I'll probably do it in this fashion, neck down. I'm kind of leaning towards making one of my mended fences out of it, and that's in a bulky weight, but I don't know. I don't really know yet. But I loved the gradient. I thought it would make a really great faded sweater out of something big and cozy, and it's the perfect amount for it. So that's why I had to add the sock sets on finally, because you know I had gone back and forth with them on so many times. And in all fairness, this is a sweater quantity of yarn, something I don't have a lot of, something I want to make more of. Again, trying to justify my purchases here. So I honestly think I just have one more to show you. I feel like I should be going to like Yarn Buyers Anonymous after this. I am going to Rhinebeck in 2 weeks. I literally have no business. This purchase was the one that officially I was like, damn it, I'm buying that. and it's not 100% in my colors. And it's not 100% in anything I would buy. But I'm like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it. And I love their yarn. I don't have anything in this weight. So yeah. So I picked up Junction Fiber, put up a like spooky Halloween kit. And it came with this super cute bag. It says Trick or Sheep. So cute. And it came with 2 skeins of yarn, a pattern suggestion for a hat, which I can't remember what they suggested. I'm going to put it up here so you can see what they suggested. I saw this and I'm like, I would not wear that in those colors, but I feel like I need to make it. I need to make it exactly to pattern. I need to learn brioche once and for all. This is Making Tracks in, what weight is this? This is their heavy DK, and I only have it in Making Tracks light, and I love it. This is in Brat and Vampire. How fun. How freaking fun are those? I felt like if I'm going to learn brioche, 2-color brioche, I'm going to really do this thing the right way. And that hat looks so damn cool. I'm going to do the damn thing. So I bought it. It also came with a bag of red kite candy, which is from New Hampshire, which I never heard of before. And I lived in Maine for a year. It was amazing. I did share, but then I'm like, nobody's getting any more. I think Elizabeth took another piece from me, but that is really good. It's like handmade caramel, but it's not like... Caramel's so weird because either it's like too salty, like they put too much salt in it, or it's too sweet. There's too much sugar in it. This was just different. Like, I need more of it in my life. But anyway, shiny object. This is why I'm pushing myself to learn brioche. So like I asked you in the beginning of the video, like what probably seems like 5 hours ago, in 8,000 skeins of acquisitions. This is what is pushing me to officially learn brioche. So drop me a comment. Let me know your favorite patterns, your favorite tips, your favorite tricks, your favorite tutorials, and help me to learn brioche. Like I already told you, next week Friday will be my New York Sheep and Wool, or affectionately known as Rhinebeck and Indian Tangled, shopping plans and my plans for the festival. That will be up next week Friday, so be sure to go check that out and then watch that. And then afterwards I will have my haul video where you can probably laugh at me that I did so horribly bad at restraining myself in any capacity. As long as I don't come home with a sheep, I think I'm good. Of course, Beasley and Micah, I don't think would mind that. Shelties are a herding breed, and Beasley's always had very strong herding instincts. I think Micah would be afraid of it. I think he would. He's a scaredy cat when he wants to be, but Beasley would love it. Both his parents have herding titles and stuff, so he would love it. Anyway. Rhinebeck plans video will be out next week, Friday. Be sure to go check out my Billow vlog. That's out now. Miss Bab's latest base. And what I used for my pillow Pop Cowl. And I also just released an entire video on yarn winding. So see the tools I use. Do you have any questions on it and how to do it and all that jazz? I think that's it for the knitting. Jumble. So if you sat with me through my 5,000 acquisitions and all my whips and dips and my FOs, and you want to dip out, go ahead. Yeah, it's been great having you. And don't forget to subscribe and check back for future videos. If you want to hang around, we'll get into some life updates. So 2 months ago, everybody knows a tree fell on my house. And the work is officially completed. I am still looking at a dumpster in my driveway, but hopefully that is gone by the time you guys are watching this video. They came, they redid the roof, and all the damage for that because there was a caved in part of the garage and all that crap, and redid the fence in the back twice. Yeah, it was a whole debacle. And I would like to say the entire experience is over, but as of right now, the insurance still has not paid the tree company. So I'm still dealing with that, but everybody's well aware that it's on insurance and not me. So, oh my gosh, damn trees. So the work is done though. So happy about that. Just so ready for it to all be over and the dumpster to be gone and life to totally be back to normal. And everything is restored back to the original condition that it was in. And of course, the roof was brand new, so the guys had a heck of a time getting the shingles off. Oh my goodness. But that is all fixed. And since we last chatted, we celebrated 2 birthdays in the house. Elizabeth turned 15. Oh my goodness. She had the absolute time of her life. We took her to go and check something off of her bucket list and meet a capybara in real life and touch it and have a whole interaction with it. And she was so thrilled. It was actually like a giant dog. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like Beasley was there in like capybara form. She even rolled over for belly rubs. Crazy. Absolute crazy. We got to feed her and be with her, and it was so cool. It really, really was. And it really meant a lot to Elizabeth. So we're very, very happy with that. And then we couldn't really find a restaurant, so of course there was a Wegmans in the area. So if you're from the Buffalo or Rochester area, you understand what a Wegmans is. We just got our first one here in Connecticut, but you know, the closest one to us is just over an hour away. So we just went there and got subs. And if you're familiar with Wegmans, you understand that that is like amazing. Like, yeah, it's a whole experience. Anyway, so we did that for her birthday. And then Mr. Beasley celebrated his 3rd birthday. And we got him an entire box of add-ons to their monthly bark box. And he decided to jump in the box. And his favorite thing initially was the box that everything came in, of course, in true Beasley fashion. But me and the girls made him apple cider muffins because one of his nicknames is Muffin. He's our muffin. So we had to make muffins like we do every year. So, and both of the dogs tried to eat the candle. So I had to hurry up and get pictures before they tried to eat the actual lit candle. But it was cool. So celebrated his birthday. Let's see what else has happened. Oh, we went apple picking last weekend. We always go to Holmberg Orchards in Ledyard, Connecticut. And this year, I freaked out. A couple weeks ago on their Facebook page, they posted they got 2 baby boy goats. And their names absolutely, oh my, I still can't get over it. And everybody is just like over the moon about it. Their names are Mac and Tosh. Seriously. And of course, my favorite apples my entire life have been Macintosh apples. But seriously, Mac and Tosh, oh my gosh. They were so vocal and they were so cute. Oh my goodness. I think that's about it for life at this point. Just trying to get things, you know, buttoned up around the house. So glad the construction's over. So everything is ready to go for us to leave for Rhinebeck. And like I told you guys earlier, we did extend our stay a day so we can have some family time. And hopefully the weather is good to us and we can take the house we're staying at. It has kayaks and everything, and there's like a waterfall right there. So we're really, really excited to just get out of here and enjoy. Let's get into book, chat, and little TV updates. I'm still plugging along on Christine Woolley Brown's book. I told you guys I was going to be done with it, and I am not. Oops. I had the cover pulled up. So, doesn't want to stay. I don't know. It's Christine Woolley Brown's book. She is, of course, one of the former sister wives of Kody Brown. And it is very cringy. Like, when I read all the comments of people that initially read it and got preview copies and everything, it's cringy. Not a Kody Brown fan, and definitely not one now. Side note, he is on the TV show Special Forces, where they take celebrities and they stick them in Special Forces training. And when we initially found that out, I have demented children. I really do. But I do love their humor and their realism, because the first thing they both said was they want to see him fail. And is that terrible? I don't know, but it's really funny. But he's not failing, damn it. And he's actually doing really well on the show. But Sister Wives did come back this past Sunday. We haven't watched it yet because I have the whole family watching Stranger Things, finally. I've seen it twice, but I got John on board to watch it before this epic final season comes out, starting on Thanksgiving. And he is a little sissy girl when it comes to spooky things. He almost didn't make it through Beetlejuice. Yeah. But he's watching it and he really likes it, and the kids love it. So we've been watching that every night. So I'm sure we're going to blow through that. Probably take us a couple of weeks. So all this flood of new TV that's coming out, we're so far behind on. Oh my goodness. Big Brother finally ended. Holy cow. Thankfully, that show redeemed itself just a little bit in the end. So happy Ashley won, and some part of Vorgan, the whole Vinnie Morgan garbage, didn't win. They annoy me. They just, the blatant disrespect that they both have for Vinnie's girlfriend of 7 years. Oh my goodness. They had no inclination that they were doing anything wrong. I'm going to leave it at that. And so happy that Keanu got America's Favorite House Guest. Well deserved, man. Well deserved. And he looked so dapper in his suit on finale night. Yeah, he did. But if you love Big Brother, you got to watch Amazing Race this year, because all of the teams are former Big Brother contestants. Oh my goodness. We all could not wait for Angela to be on it, because she's just amazing. Oh my gosh. But she sucks. Her daughters suck. Oh my gosh. So we're watching that. And of course, Survivor's back, and Survivor's great. Survivor's awesome. We have so many TV shows. Oh my goodness. I literally can't even remember half of them. I tried to make a list and I'm like, I'm forgetting a bunch. So yeah. And then football's back, so then we have that. Oh my goodness. So moving on to football news. How's your team doing? Because mine's doing pretty damn good. There's only 2 4-0 undefeated teams left after week 4, and the Bills are one of them. Currently number 1 in the league. Not all beautifulness in our first 4 games, but you know what? We found a way to win. And we definitely showed a maturity about us this year that I have not seen prior, and a lot of people have not seen prior. So in years past, everybody's jumped on the bandwagon. This is our year, because if you know football at all, in the early 90s, the Bills have done something no other team has ever done. They've gone to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. How many rings do we have? Big fat 0. I'm not jumping on that bandwagon this year. Not doing it. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the ride. Loving football this year. Oh my goodness. And how the heck did Green Bay and Dallas end up in a tie? But however fitting that Micah Parsons sacked Dak to seal the deal. I mean, everybody lost kind of because it's a tie, but still, he got his revenge just a little bit. And I hate to say it, I'm not sad that Tyreek Hill is out for the season. I think he's right up there with Diggs as far as a human being. And I may be wrong, but I don't know. just have no idea this year with all that garbage. I don't even know how long I've been recording. At least an hour and a half at this point. I don't know how long this is going to wind up. I hope you guys all stuck around. I hope I made you laugh and looked at my copious amounts of ridiculous yarn that I had. And I legitimately forgot about those two that I discovered to show you. Yeah. So. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm going to go finish up my Pillow Pop Cowl and get that ready for release on Thursday. And grab some lunch because I did eat a piece of toast this morning. I wasn't going to eat until lunch because I was super busy and like, no, I need to stop. And yeah, so I did eat a piece of toast this morning. Oh, that's right. I had crumbs all in my cowl that I had to get out. Oh my gosh, I'm a disaster. Oh, I'm such a disaster. Okay, yeah. Menopause sucks. We're just going to leave it at that. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope that everyone has a wonderful next couple of weeks. We have Rhinebeck coming up and it's going to be absolutely insane and way overwhelming and oh my goodness. So check back next week Friday for my plans video. Help me hold myself accountable. We'll leave it at that. So I hope your stitches are great to you, the weather's nice to you, and you find some joy and happiness in your life. So in the meantime, until we chat again, happy knitting, everybody.